status of your relationship changed? Oh well, can't blame me for trying. Yes, the next question is really, really important. Scottish or Irish, as in the accent. Scottish or Irish accent. Being Scottish myself, of course I would expect you to choose the Scottish accent, but I won't sway your answer. I'll let you decide. Okay. Fine. Now imagine if animals could talk, then what animal do you think would be the most rude? Be the cheekiest little animal? Personally, I would be inclined to guess a meerkat. I feel like they'd be a little annoying buggers. I think I'm just going off of that British advert we have. Compare the meerkat. They're cute though. Okay. Fair enough. Right, this one is very serious, because depending on your answer, we might have to fall out. Is cereal a soup? I know. I would have said that too. Alright. What would be your weapon of choice if there was a zombie apocalypse? Yeah, that ought to do it. Bludgeon a couple of them, for sure. Good answer. If there ever is a zombie apocalypse, you and I are going to stick together. Deal? Pinky promise. You've got my back, I know, and I've got yours. I do. Okay. What is the strangest combination of food that you enjoy? That's maybe not that strange. I think it's maybe a bit normal. For me, the first time I heard of Americans and Canadians having pancakes with maple syrup and bacon, and then somebody added ice cream into the mix. I thought, this sounds mad, but in actual fact the salty bacon with the ice cream was the perfect combination. Would you believe it? And I can also think of another perfect combination. I'm just teasing. Okay. Oh, let's get serious now. Let's get serious. What have you learned about yourself over the pandemic? Yeah, that took a turn in topic. What have you learned about yourself? Have you developed patience? We've all had to be patient. Resilience. Okay, alright. What has surprised you about yourself at any point in life? So what I mean here, has there been a defining moment in your life where your reaction has perhaps surprised you? most annoying. I swear if you say the violin, then... Okay. I mean, you could say the violin, but seeing as I play the violin, it wouldn't be very nice. Well, you've clearly not heard my violin playing. Yeah, you'll be surprised. If you could only listen to one song here, one song for the rest of your life, your whole entire life, then what song would it be? I know that's a hard one. I would probably choose Toto Africa, I think. I'd definitely get fed up of it, but that's probably the song I've played on repeat the most. Yeah, that's the one I'm going with. If you were DJing at a party right now, imagine it. It's dark, the music is bumping, doosh, doosh, doosh. You're behind the DJ booth, and you were picking the next track coming up. What song would you choose to DJ in a club? Dark Adaptation by Kintra. Oh wow. Gee, that's so nice. I'm joking, I had to throw that in there. Okay, fair. I would probably choose The Ultimate Warlord by... Oh, I can't even remember. I heard this song at a party maybe 2 months ago and I was quite drunk. But it was fine, it was merry, having a good time, and then I heard this song and it was amazing, so I Shazammed it. And then the next morning I was just hungover looking through my Shazams, and suddenly all memories of this song came flooding back. It's an old track as well. The Immortals. The Ultimate Warlord by The Immortals. Check it out, it's very, very good. Money or fame? You see, I somehow knew you would choose that answer. Right, hand over your phone now. I want to see the last photograph that you've taken. Or you could just tell me. Right. My last picture is from this afternoon. I was going for a wee run and then I ran out of breath and gave up, which is not like me, I tell you. And then I took a picture of this lamppost, and in the background is the beach, the sea, and it's dusk. And then I messed around with the picture, edited it a bit and made it more interesting, and then put it on Instagram. Yeah, I'm an Instagram photographer, did you know? If you had a boat, right? If you had a boat, what would you name it? That is a good name. Good name. What is your favourite genre of film or movie, and why? Yeah, I suppose it does depend on the mood I'm in anyway. If I'm in the mood for a comedy or thriller, or maybe sometimes I just need a good cry. But for some reason, that was was weird there, but whenever I'm flying on an aeroplane, usually to China, I cry during every single film. I once watched 5 films in a row because it was a long flight, so these were just random films like Crazy Rich Asians, or there was another daft comedy, Bridesmaids, something else, and then 2 others, and I cried during every single one at one point in the movie. I must have looked absolutely nuts, but it's only when I'm flying, Anyway. What's the biggest disaster you've had in the kitchen? Now don't tell me that you've not experienced a mishap in the kitchen. Oh, that does sound pretty bad. You should be embarrassed by that. What is the most ridiculous thing that somebody's made you believe? Yeah, that does sound a bit crazy. How could you have believed that? Okay, it's only fair if I tell you my story. And I love to talk. When I was in high school, so maybe about 13 years old, a friend of mine, Aaron, his name was, he told me that there's a bridge in the USA that is held up by birds. He said that all the birds gather on the top, the wires holding up the bridge, and as I say this, it just sounds so crazy. And there's always birds there, so they don't need columns underneath. The birds hold up this wire bridge. And he had me fooled for a good maybe 2 minutes. I know I was 13. Give me a break. Come on, give me a break. What's the best or the worst prank that you've ever played on somebody? You are cruel. Look at you. I haven't really played many pranks on people. When my twin and I were in primary school, we switched classes, so that's probably the best prank I've pulled. Classic twins. Would you rather stay in or go out if you were having a date? So, would you like to snuggle up on the sofa, put on a film, get some nibbles or a takeaway and stay in for your date? Or would you like to get clammed up and go out for food or a boogie or something else? What would you rather? Okay. Alright. I'm taking notes, mental notes here. On the back of that question, would you rather spend the day inside your house or outside exploring? Okay. I'd rather be outside, personally. Would you rather spend £5,000 travelling, or would you rather spend that large amount of money on something physical, like a television? Yeah, it's an interesting one. Okay. I would rather spend £5,000 personally, and then opt for a cheaper television. I'm not meaning like one holiday. I would fit quite a few countries into that £5,000 trip. Do you want to come with me? Again, on the same vein, what do you resent paying for the most? Okay, yeah, it's quite an interesting one, isn't it? For me, probably rent. Okay, hear me out. It's because I feel like you're paying somebody else's mortgage rather than your own. And I know many circumstances mean that you can't get a home of your own. I mean, I'm not in a home of my own yet. So, yes, I would say rent. It's a real irritating one. Would you rather not shower for a week or not brush your teeth for a week? This is going to reveal a lot about you. Okay, I would rather not shower for a week because I hate the feeling of dirty minging teeth. So I would opt out of the shower. I could deal with that for a week, I think. But teeth, no. No. Actually, I think I went 6 days without showering. I was camping on the Isle of Jura when I was 16, so in the UK. We have this thing called the Duke of Edinburgh Award, and it involves children, teenagers, volunteering, doing various skills or learning various skills, and taking part in an expedition involving hiking and camping. And when I was 16, I did my gold Duke of Edinburgh Award, and I camped on the Isle of Jura for 6 days, and we walked for many miles every single day with huge backpacks on our back. There were six of us in our little team. It was the best shower I ever had after that, but it was actually an outside shower. So after the 6 days, we went to the starting point, and there was a hotel, but we weren't even allowed to sleep inside the hotel. We had to camp again outside the hotel, but they did have outside showers, so I had a freezing cold shower, but it was at least cleaning me, cleansing my body. I had baby wipes and things throughout the 6 days. It's not as minging as it sounds. Where were we? Sorry. How did you spend the money from your very first job? Think back. What did you do with that first paycheck? I think I just saved mine. I just saved it for something. That's a good one. Who is the most interesting person you've met and talked with? Okay. Why? What was so interesting about them? Yeah, definitely interesting. I've met quite a few interesting people in my life, but I don't have anybody jumping out at me at the moment. pleasure. I won't tell anybody. That's the point. All of these answers are between you and me. Nobody else has to know. Good, good. Just to clear that up. What are you like? What does your perfect breakfast look like? You've just woken up, feeling sleepy, but energized at the same time, and you go into the kitchen. What is in front of you? That is so boring. Perfect breakfast. Now you just wait till I make you the perfect breakfast. What do you notice about another person, first of all? That was, okay, I worded that weird. When you first meet somebody new, what aspect of that person do you notice first? The personality, the tone of their voice, their eyes, their hair colour. For me, it's the eyes. The eyes. I think you could tell if somebody's kind or friendly by looking at their eyes. Sometimes. Do you think first impressions are resolute or can be changed? I definitely think they could change. Okay, I'll take that. Where is your favourite place to nap? Your favourite place to lie down? Turn on an ASMR shortbread video and relax. Okay. How did you get that scar of yours? Want to know how I got these scars? Oh, that sounds very, very painful and serious. I've got a few scars, mostly from falling over and being stupid. Would you ever try space tourism if you had the money? You see, I don't know. The thought terrifies me because I am very, very claustrophobic. And I struggled even scuba diving, so imagine being all the way out in space. I know space is huge, but if you're claustrophobic, you might understand. It's the inability to breathe freely that gets me. But it sure would be amazing, seeing all the twinkling, twinkling stars. Do you have a fear that other people might consider strange? I mean, I met somebody that was scared of bananas. Somebody was scared of balloons, which I think is kind of reasonable. Anything like that. Not that I am laughing at those fears. I'm just saying some people might find them a bit more abnormal. Okay, I could get that. What is the scariest movie, scariest film really paranormal activity. I don't watch all that many scary films because I hate gore and a lot of them involve blood, so I tend to avoid them. How handy are you when it comes to fixing things? Good to know for future reference. And what skill or talent would you most like to learn? Any skill or talent? That would be a really cool skill to have. What weird thing do you have nostalgia for? For me, it is cremola foam. Cremola foam. Cremola foam. Cremola foam. It sounds quite nice the way the word rolls off the tongue. Cremola foam. And this was a drink that my mum used to buy me, and you'd mix it with water and it was a foamy, creamy drink, just as the name would suggest. And I miss that drink because it reminds me of being 4 or 5 years old and walking along to the nearest supermarket with my mum, picking up some cremola foam, going back to our tiny little kitchen. The house was an okay size, but the kitchen needed to be extended. But it was very tiny, and we would have cremola foam. It was a good time. Good times. What's the best backhanded compliment you've heard or you can think of? And that's cheeky. If somebody said that to me, I would definitely be slightly offended. What fashion trend should it never come back? Never. Never ever. Now you say that, and I used to hate mullets, okay? I used to hate the thought of mullets, but I'm really into them now. I think they look so cool. So cool. I mean, Miley Cyrus is rocking a mullet. So, my point is, fashion always comes round and around in a big circle. So I feel that everything is bound to come back at one point, even mullets. If you were to be featured on the local news, what would you most likely be on the news for? Volunteering in the community, excellent results at school, public indecency. Would you be on a game show? Which one would it likely be? Okay, I can see that about you. Let's wrap this up with a rather serious series of questions. Just what is the meaning of life, or the purpose of life, in your opinion? I want to know. I think the purpose of life is to enjoy yourself, have fun, and share love in the world. And what is your idea of a great day? The best day ever. Picture it. Picture the best day. What does it look like? Imagine you're there right now. Hold that happy feeling and breathe, keeping a hold of that special image, that special place, and that great day. And with that feeling, I'm going to say goodbye. And thank you so much for answering all my questions, no matter how intrusive they were. I do appreciate it. You're a good sport. Good sport. And remember, keep hold of that feeling, and I'll see you next